President Obama is set to map out his plan to fight ISIS over the next 2 days. Senator Dianne Feinstein calling on the president to take a strong stand and swiftly, saying, quote, "This is the most vicious, well-funded, and militant terrorist organization we have ever seen. We either confront ISIS now, or we'll have to confront it later, when it will be a much stronger enemy." Senator Feinstein's Republican counterpart on the Senate Judiciary Committee, Senator Orrin Hatch, joins me now with reaction. Great to have you on the show, Senator. So
nice
I know that you were probably hearing the briefing as well, and I know you heard me say what Senator Feinstein said. I mean, I can't think of a more direct way for somebody in the president's own political party to tell him to get going.
Well, the president ought to pay attention to Dianne Feinstein. She's chairman of the Intelligence Committee, and she knows as well as I that he's known about ISIS for a long time. When they were less than 1,000 people, now they're more than 10,000 people. And now they're not only in Iraq, but they're also in Libya. And I have to say they're having a much greater impact all over the Middle East than they ever would have had we had a president who decisively acted.
Well, even former Homeland Secretary Janet Napolitano said that when she was still in Washington, which was more than a year ago, that everyone knew about ISIS. I want to call your attention, though, Senator, to Congress's role in all of this, because the president's spokesperson just said that the president was hoping that Congress would have some sort of a buy-in to his strategy and ideas. What does that mean?
Well, I think what he wants to do is have us buy into what is a disastrous foreign policy. Look, Syria's in trouble. All over the Middle East are in trouble. ISIS, or ISIL, or whatever you want to call it, is building forces. We could have stopped all of that had we had any president who would act decisively. And frankly, I think the president is a failure in this area, and I feel sad about it because we're going to have to pay a heavy price in the end because he's failed to act. And if you look at Iraq, my gosh, they first tried to attack the Kurds. This president hasn't given anything to the Kurds that I know of that really is going to help them to turn them back and defeat them. Now, France and Germany and England claim that they have done some, but our country has to get involved. We have to support our friends. The Kurds were with us all through the Second World War against Hitler. Right. They've been U.S. fans for years, and yet we're not helping them the way we should help them. Well, and I have to say, the president he's had intelligence on this matter for not only this past number of months, but for the past year or so, and has not been willing to act.
So, Senator, is he coming to Congress just to be friendly, or because he wants other people to be on his side so that the blame can't all go on him, or does he actually need to come to Congress?
Well, look, I've always given the president, whoever the president may be, a lot of leeway in these type of issues. It doesn't hurt for him to come to Congress because that would be helpful for him to know just exactly what Congress feels about this. But the fact is, he won't act. He doesn't act. And the rest of the world that has always depended on the United States being the fighter for freedom throughout the world is aghast. And they don't have the ability that we have to be able to stop this type of stuff. We're going to have a lot more deaths. You look at the Christians being killed over there. You look at the way they've rolled right over the Yazidis and others. I mean, it's just unbelievable that this president doesn't do anything about it. I'll be interested as much as anybody next Wednesday when he hopefully comes up with some sort of a plan. It's long overdue. He's, I think, avoided it with everything he can. And look, it's time for him to wake up and start realizing that the United States is important to world peace.
Right. If his spokesperson is on the mark today, it sounds like it's not going to be that big of a deal on Wednesday. But let's see what develops on Wednesday. Senator Hatch, thank you so much for your thoughts today, sir.
Thank you.